What is going on? It is Chris, the Dating Doc. Please like and subscribe. I'm that dude that talks about everything that has to deal with gender dynamics. And no, I don't take no pill, even if I'm the doc. So click and subscribe, support the channel. What am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about Mike Braun. Okay, Mike Braun, this crazy politician. And I say crazy because he slipped up on some words during a press conference when it came to Loving versus Virginia, which legalized interracial marriage. And it's, of course, I'm the dating dog, so I'm gonna have to talk about dating, love, and marriage. And guess what? Since I don't discriminate on color, then I gotta go in on someone who might have slipped up a little bit. I want you to watch my little bit. I'm gonna read something from slate.com, which is gonna go into what Mike Braun did. And towards the end, I want you to tell me, is it the state's right to legalize or ban interracial marriage, or is it a federal issue? Stay tuned. If you've been following this channel, you know I got to use my sources. I got to show y'all that I'm reading from sources. This is from slate.com. Mike Braun of Indiana told reporters that the Supreme Court was wrong to strike down state laws that ban black and white Americans from wedding. You know what I find interesting? That when you talk about interracial, it is always black and white. It's always this paradox people want to paint, which, by the way, black folks are actually different shades of brown, but that's a whole nother topic. So let's go down here where that's his picture right there, right? Looking all, looking like a mafia boss. Anyways, Republican Senator Mike Braun is attempting a rather unconvincing cleanup job after telling reporters on Tuesday that the Supreme Court was wrong to strike down state laws banning interracial marriage in its landmark 1967 decision, Loving versus Virginia. So they asked him, so would you be okay with the Supreme Court leaving the question of interracial marriage to the states? A reporter asked. He says, yes, Braun answered. I think that's something that if you're not wanting the Supreme Court to weigh in on issues like that, you're not going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. I think that's hypocritical. Look, I get what he was saying. I don't support what he said. First off, I am not supporting what he says. I truly do believe in interracial marriage. I do, however, disagree with the way that most people generalize interracial marriage as a black and white thing. Okay, so you telling me if someone's like a mocha colored person from Louisiana, and they marry someone else who's just a little tad bit whiter, but they still got some of that African mix, is that an interracial marriage? Okay, what if someone's like 75% white, 25% Japanese, and they're with a white person? Is that okay? Is it a skin tone thing? Is it a cultural thing? Come on now, right? Interracial, it just gets a little deeper than that. So he was going in on the fact that, hey, states should be able to handle that. But here's the thing, okay? We all should have the right to happiness, life, and liberty, right? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I jacked all that up. My point being is that it should not be a state's right, in a way, state's power, state's control, to say, nah, y'all can't get married, okay? Plus, we're in 2022. So, now to give him, I won't say credit, but they were asking him, right? The reporters like to set it up, right? They like to set up these politicians to get them to say a certain thing and then get a news bite out of it, right? So, he says that he misunderstood the line of questioning. And he says, let me be clear on that issue. There is no question the Constitution prohibits discrimination of any kind based on race. That is not something that is even up for debate. Okay, then why even mention states should control that? And I condemn racism in any form, at all levels, and by any states, entities, or individuals. All right, let's break this down. You think that it is the state's right? You're basically saying, big government should not be involved in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness between two couples because of their skin shade, or I should say the difference in their skin shade. But you're against racism. Please try to make this make sense to me. So again, I want you guys to know that it's not about like which party, whatnot. I'm just calling out how I see it. Don't matter if you Democrat or Republican. If you're a hypocrite, you're a hypocrite. Let's see here. Reporter didn't ask because we're talking. They went in. They're talking about legalization of marijuana, and they talk about would the same basis apply to something like Loving versus Virginia, the Supreme Court case that legalized interracial marriage. And he bottom line says, when it comes to issues, you can't have it both ways. When you want that diversity, listen to this. This is a part that I think is honestly the most controversial. When you want that diversity to shine within our federal system, there are going to be rules and proceedings that are going to be out of sync with maybe what other states would do. That's the beauty of the system. Okay? Skip around here. I'm not saying that rule would apply in general, depending on the topic, but it should mostly be in general because it's hard to have it on issues that you are interested in when you deny for others with a different point of view. You're not denying white couples, Asian couples, Hispanics, same race couples from being together. Who are you denying from a different point of view? The only other different point of view is racism. If you don't agree with interracial marriage. Okay, I mean, granted, there are things going on right now, right? We got a swimmer who broke a record, who, was born a different gender. We got all kinds of different issues. But let's break this down. What you're saying is, hey, states have the right to do it however they want, because guess what? Other people may not agree with that point of view. The only type of people who would not agree that people of two different races could be in love are those that are phobic. They are completely phobic, whether it's towards a race, whether it's towards interracial marriage. Like, how can you control the fact that even before America and the US was created, we had tribes intermingling, we had civilizations meeting each other, and guess what? They had sex, they procreated, and that's how we got the Kazakhstan folks that look a little bit Russian, but they also have a little bit of the Mongolian mix with them. That's how we have the Caribbean, Puerto Ricans like me, that have the African, the indigenous, and Spaniard mix. This was happening before the US court system. The only people that would be against that are people that are xenophobic and racist. Okay? Because the way I see it is, when you legalized interracial marriage, you gave a freedom for everyone for something called love. And nowadays, my Tinder, my Bumble does not discriminate. I'm Baskin Robbins. I love all flavors. Let's get back into this. Look, like I said, I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate, and neither should anyone out there. Because you'd be surprised if you took a 23andMe or you took a DNA blood test, you would find out you had mixes you might even be ashamed of. But because of the lexicon, the environment we're in, where we're continuously divisive instead of collaborative and making some sweet love together, that is what slows down diversity. Diversity is what is actually needed for us to all get along. Can you imagine if the whole world was up for some interracial loving? Would there really be war? Think about that. This is Chris the Dating Doc. Click and subscribe, support my channel. I do this as a passion project for you. So support, help me out, keep me motivated. It's Chris the Dating Doc signing out. Peace.